Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my second gameplay video. I'm back with Path of Exile. This video is going to focus mostly on the prison areas of Act 1, and it's going to culminate with the fight against Brutus. I really like those zones, so I figured I'd show them off to you guys. And I wanted to put a little bit of a gameplay gap in between the videos that I record, just because, you know, I want to leave some stuff as a surprise to you guys, or, you know, I don't want to give everything away that happens in the game, that kind of thing. First I'm going to sell some equipment here, show you how that kind of works. Even with that, I think I'm still going to stick with the extra armor for the actual defense. I'm just going to sell all this stuff. And as you can see, as I'm trading stuff in, it's producing currency items or scraps of them. And that's, I think I mentioned that before, that's basically how the currency system works. I'm going to head over to my stash here for a second. Now, the stash is shared across whatever league you're playing. I play the standard league, as I mentioned before. I'm getting equipment from all my characters, basically. Anything I store in here will be available to any other character that is played on the standard league by me. So, I build up quite a bit of a collection here. But that's really cool because it basically allows you to more quickly build the character that you're after if you try new builds, as opposed to you having to go through and find everything. Because you know, when you become a little bit more experienced and you want to build a character a little bit more quickly and get to some of the harder difficulties, you don't want to spend a lot of time grinding or trying to find those specific skills necessary for your intended build. So. I think I'm going to sell that as well.
Still alive, are we?
Alright, so let's head to the prison. Alrighty. Let's go to work. I've got a couple new skills since the last time I recorded a video. I'll kind of show them off a little bit. Toughest part about the prison area are these necromancers here, because they obviously revive dead enemies, but if you have cold damage, you're pretty much good to go. That's something back from the Diablo 2 days, is you'd have the enemies that resurrected their pals, and using cold damage, if you managed to freeze and shatter them, they'd be unable to do it because you destroy the body of the enemy. So that's something that they kind of carried over from that. And one of my new skills that I got is it's called Infernal Blow. You basically, if you kill an enemy with Infernal Blow, they explode and hurt the enemies around them, and I think it gives it a chance to set the enemies on fire. So that's pretty cool when you have crowds of weaker enemies. Most of my focus is on cold damage with this character, but it's good to have those backups for later on in the game when you're going to start running into enemies with high resistances. Oh. I know every game like this has undead in it, but I never get tired of fighting them. I just think undead make really good enemies. And they resist cold, as I was just mentioning. Resistances, so that's where my other skills come in handy. Notice, I mean, that's doing a ton of damage. I do think it's funny that the skeletons explode into chunks. I mean, they're skeletons. I don't know what it is, but I mean, I don't build my characters around magic find or anything. That's never been my style. But even still, I do not have the best luck with loot drops. It's just one of those things. I feel like I might be cursed a little bit. I've got a friend who just finds equipment that, I mean, in any game that he plays, just stuff that, you know, I didn't even know existed. And he finds that type of stuff consistently. It's just one of those strange little coincidences. If I can increase the attack speed on that with a support gem, or maybe increase the explosion radius, that will be a really good skill down the line. I might hang on to that. Sort of use that as my backup to my cold skills. If you'll notice, actually, I can cast my spells and use my skills a lot more frequently than I was before. I've been focusing a little bit more on mana regen than I was before, and that amulet right there really helped out. So, almost 30% increased mana regen. That's not anything to sneer at. And I've got 3 ice skills now, which is part of the reason why I'm focusing on that particular element. That, just because ice is very powerful, slows enemies, it damages them, and can shatter them. I mean, it's a win-win-win. Alright. Oh, they resist elemental damage in general. Took a little bit longer to kill them. Alright, I leveled up. You guys can see a little bit more of what I'm doing with my skill tree here. My paths still aren't completely clear, but like I said, I am splitting it pretty even. Well, I'm leaning a little bit more towards strength, but I'm going to end up splitting it a little bit more evenly between intelligence and strength. Right now I'm kind of working towards the shield bonuses, and I want to make it all the way down here to armor mastery and troll's blood, because I want that extra defense and the life regen. I'm a big fan of health regen because I don't like using potions when I'm out of combat, because it seems like a waste to me. And I mean, health regen's always helpful. Yeah, I'll probably just work my way down to this entire area and use most of these, because resistances to elemental damage, all that stuff, that's very good. And then I'll start working my way back around here to all my spell bonuses. Maximum mana, energy shield, increased elemental damage, and there's cold damage right there. That's what I really want. Alright, so actually I can 2% chance to block with shields. We'll start with that, because I am using a shield. It's a U spirit shield. U. Cold Snap and Ice Nova might look somewhat similar, but Cold Snap can actually be cast from a distance, whereas Ice Nova radiates out from your character. So they're kind of situational like that. I don't think I'm in trouble yet, but oh, now I am. And that's where the Necromancers become difficult, when they are unique and can bring some buddies to help out. Because I think he actually summons enemies, yeah. Oh, oh, oh. Just... There we go. See how easy that was? Huh. That Glacial Hammer is very powerful against individual targets, as you can see. You know, something I do like about this game is that even your basic white enemies, you know, that don't have any extra attributes, actually have implicit characteristics, such as these guys resisting elemental damage, because these are just basic enemies. I mean, there's nothing special about them. It gives a little bit more challenge than just having yet another group of monsters that look slightly different that you just, you know, have to beat on until they die. Actually, my intention had been to record a video of Grim Dawn, because they just released a new alpha build of that, and there's no non-disclosure agreement on it, so you can record as many gameplay videos as you like, but I was having some audio trouble with the video, so I decided to come back to this real quick and do this second video, and then I'll try that again later on this week. Hoping to get some decent equipment from Brutus when I actually kill him, because Like I said, I'm not getting the best stuff in the world here. Wow. That's what that skill's used for, folks. Just like that, I've pretty much leveled up all my gems in the past 5 minutes. Let's see if that item I just found is worth my time here. +1 to level of melee gems. I like that. All right. Tell you what, I will use that. I don't really like the reduced amount recovered, but that instant recovery is nice. Gives you that little quick pick-me-up. Oh, here's where I probably need to go. This is a pretty big area. Oh, there we are. Let's do this thing. You always know it's a bad sign when there are no enemies No basic enemies, just
An exile.
corpses everywhere.
A shame the warden won't leave anything for me to examine. Make sure you tell our host that piety of Theophilus sends her regards.
Piety of Theophilus. Excuse me, miss. Excuse me, don't run off. She's gone.
Still the Karu.
Nah, I'm not gonna read that. Once again, I don't want to spoil stuff for you guys. Besides, we want to get to this fight, don't we? Come on, Brutus. Where are you, big boy?
I will show you what true horror is.
He's not particularly pleasant. Ow. I actually think the Brutus fight used to be a little bit tougher. Or I've gotten better at the game, I don't know which. There we are.
Place now, tormented soul.
Nothing else, I'll just sell this stuff.
Beast of burden.
I'll leave the strapped leather. Actually, you know what? There might be an item chest in here too. They usually reward you with one. Like I said, I haven't played in a while. I break it up a little bit. I have a laundry list of games that I'm still only a quarter of the way through. I think my Steam account just passed the 200 game mark, so I don't always have time to keep up on everything. No, I guess not. That's alright, he dropped some decent stuff. I'll probably be able to use some of it. I'm gonna hit this waypoint out here. Let's see what I got as my reward. And there's some of the premium effects you can buy off the item shop, found on that on Maria Sophia's level, or character rather. She's got a weapon and a helmet effect.
For some, death is welcomed with open arms.
The warden's finding.
All right. Try something different here. Lightning strike seems pretty cool. Let's see if any of this stuff is worth my keeping. I'm actually going to sacrifice that for that item because that's got a ton of life leech. 2% physical attack, 2 life gain for each enemy hit, and then 4 life gained on kill. That's That's pretty serious for that to be stacked that way. I like the way the Plague Mask looks a little bit more, but this one I think is more. It's a better item overall. Darn. It's always tough to find gear that's good for you and looks cool at the same time.
Still alive, are we?
See, and then when you gather enough of the scraps, it actually makes the item for you. I'm starting to gather up more items than I know what to do with. I'll start selling them here. I almost have an Orb of Alchemy, which is a really good currency item. I actually have one over here. It upgrades an item to a rare item. Rare is these are these yellow items. The only rarity above them are unique. So you use rares through the majority of the game, and I've got a few of them right now. So, all right, I knew that was a shorter video, but I just kind of wanted to show off that chunk of the game. I'll probably record another one once I hit Act 2, so you guys can see some of the newer environments and see some different enemies and see a little bit of my character progression once it's a little bit further down the line. Alright, I hope everybody enjoyed this second video, and as always, happy gaming.